The fluorescent lights hummed above Marcus Rivera as he pushed his mop across the marble floors of Sterling Industries' executive suite. It was 11 p.m., and the building was empty, or so he thought. His hands, calloused and worn from years of manual labor, gripped the mop handle. With the same determination that had carried him through the darkest year of his life, 6-year-old Emma was asleep at his sister's apartment across town, probably clutching the worn photograph of her mother that she kept under her pillow. Marcus blinked back tears as he worked, the rhythmic swish of the mop, the only sound breaking the silence. He'd taken this night shift because it paid an extra $2 an hour, $2 closer to the operation Emma needed, $2 closer to keeping the promise he'd made at his wife's grave. But tonight, everything was about to change. As Marcus moved toward the corner office, the one belonging to William Sterling himself, the billionaire CEO whose face graced magazine covers and business journals. He noticed a light still on. He hesitated. In his 3 months working here, he'd never encountered anyone this late. The cleaning crew had strict instructions: in, clean, out, invisible. That's what people like him were supposed to be. He knocked softly, no answer. Protocol said to come back later, but his supervisor had been clear. Mr. Sterling's office needed to be done tonight. Marcus eased the door open and stepped inside, his worn sneakers silent on the plush carpet. The office was enormous, all dark wood and leather, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the glittering city below. And there, behind a desk the size of Marcus' entire kitchen, sat William Sterling himself, shirt sleeves rolled up, reading glasses perched on his nose. "I'm so sorry, sir," Marcus stammered, backing toward the door. "I didn't mean to. I can come back." No, please." Sterling looked up, waving him in. "I should have locked the door. I lose track of time when I'm working. Please go ahead. I'll stay out of your way." Marcus nodded, keeping his head down as he began dusting the bookshelves. He'd learned long ago that rich people preferred you invisible, and he needed this job too desperately to risk making waves. But, as he worked his way around the room, something on the credenza behind Sterling's desk made his blood run cold. His hand froze mid-wipe, the duster slipped from his fingers, hitting the floor with a soft thud. There, in an ornate silver frame, was a photograph of his wife. Not a woman who looked like his wife, not someone similar. His wife Sarah wearing the same yellow sundress from their trip to the beach 3 years ago. Her dark hair caught mid-laugh by the ocean wind, her eyes crinkled with joy, the photograph he'd taken himself. The room spun. Marcus gripped the edge of the credenza, his knees threatening to buckle. That's his voice came out strangled, barely human. Sterling looked up sharply. "Are you all right? Do you need to sit? Why is my wife's photo in your office?" Marcus turned, his voice rising, grief and confusion and a year's worth of bottled rage suddenly exploding. "Why do you have a picture of Sarah? Who are you to her? What, your wife?" Sterling stood slowly, his face draining of color. He looked at Marcus, really looked at him for the first time. "Your wife's name was Sarah, was Sarah." The word tasted like ashes. "She died 14 months ago. And I need to know why a man she never mentioned, a billionaire she couldn't possibly have known, has her photograph in his office like she was someone important to you." The silence that followed was suffocating. Sterling sank back into his chair, his hands trembling as he removed his glasses. When he finally spoke, his voice was thick with emotion. "Sit down, please. You deserve to know everything." Marcus didn't want to sit. He wanted to grab that photograph and run to protect Sarah's memory from whatever revelation was coming. But something in Sterling's face